Corruption is one of the biggest global challenges we face. It costs the global economy about 5% of GDP every year and adds 10% to business costs globally. It erodes trust in government, the rule of law in business. It undermines efforts to promote growth and stability and to reduce poverty and inequality, and it breeds opportunity for organised crime and terrorism. No country is immune to corruption, including the UK. To combat it, we have taken steps at home to strengthen UK laws. For example, we now have one of the world's strictest legislation on bribery, and we have become a global leader in seeking ways to tackle corruption more effectively. The United Kingdom hosted an international anti-corruption summit in May this year, which adopted a global declaration against corruption. We have also been supporting this agenda overseas through policy and project work, helping to strengthen domestic legislation, build enforcement capacity, and enhance international cooperation. Well, corruption remains a serious obstacle to growth in Thailand, as it does in many countries. But the government here has committed to increased transparency and to bring itself in line with international best practice, and this is an area that we in the United Kingdom are happy to support. For example, we have been working closely with the UNDP and Thailand's Comptroller General's Department to improve public procurement standards in Thailand. This is an important area to focus on. Public procurement makes up a significant proportion of government spending globally, and in many countries is one of the main drivers of the economy. But it is also one of the areas of spending most vulnerable to corruption, and perhaps the area which does the most damage. It not only undermines national accounts, but can also divert funds away from public services. It can raise project costs, reduce quality and efficiency, discourage innovation and new investment, and undermine public confidence in the government. The opposite also holds true, and that is why we've been so keen to support this work here in Thailand. Thailand is now a member of COST, which committed to a set of international standards on disclosure, monitoring, and insurance in public construction projects. It has also signalled its intention to join EITI, which will introduce a similar set of standards for the oil and gas sector. While corruption poses threats to a country's economic growth, it distorts fair competition, it discourages foreign investment, it raises transaction costs, it hampers innovation and entrepreneurial companies, and it depletes national wealth. But it's a challenge that also crosses borders, and as such will be one that ASEAN will be considering as they move towards greater integration. Building from an early stage robust measures on transparency and anti-corruption based on international best practice would be one way to reduce the risk. That is one reason why we are helping to share the experience Thailand has had with its public procurement law. We recently supported UNDP on a South-South exchange workshop in Bangkok, where representatives from Vietnam, the Philippines, South Korea and Thailand shared their lessons learned and encouraged discussion of international best practice. One key area discussed during the workshop was that fighting corruption is not just down to governments alone. It needs to be a collective effort between government, business and civil society.